Bit of an epic right there coming from the Fratellis. They really did get polished for that album, Eyes Wide, Tongue Tied. If you haven't heard it yet, it's a really solid album. I mean, most of their albums, actually all of their albums are. But I mean, that's really besides the point. I mean, they really did change their sound a lot for this last album. And I gotta say, it paid off. It was a little bit sketchy at first, but, that's usually how it is with, new sounds and that sort of thing. You get nervous, like a timid deer approaching it, like, is it still safe? Is it still good? I don't know about these kind of things, that sort of sense. And it's typical, it's, understandable, that sort of thing, but you need to step outside your comfort zone, especially as an artist. It's one thing that David Bowie did really, really, really well. Something he still does well. He's out there, somewhere. Oh, boy. So, I've been trying to get a whole bunch of guests onto the show, that sort of sense right there. And, of course, this odd hour in that sort of sense. You get some really, really weird takers. I don't even know if you realize that sort of bit right there. But you're like, hey, I got a radio show. I would love to get some guests on there. And people are like, well, when is it? When can I listen? That sort of bit. Midnight to 2 a.m. That's all enthusiasm gone right there. And so the few, examples that I've been able to get so far, we've ranged from, some strange individuals and some good information that's been able to get passed around, and I love that. And so, here's the one thing that I've noticed out of all of that, though, is that all of our guests so far have been human. Right? And I don't think that is an adequate, representation of the population. Certainly not. Certainly not. I'm trying to, represent everyone out there, because I know it's not possible that only humans are listening to me right now. That's just not a thing. I know better than just to assume such a ludicrous thing like that. So that being said, I'm trying to get a bit of a field right here. And so got an interview here with Mr. Cheevers here. And Mr. Cheevers is a cat. And we had this interview set up a little bit after I caught him sitting on my porch last weekend. It was so nice in that sort of sense. And so, of course, we had the windows down. I had my front door open, that sort of thing. I'm playing Dance Dance Revolution, having a great time. This cat shows up and just starts staring at me. And we got into a little bit of a conversation afterwards. And, Terry really talked to Mr. Cheevers here. And got a bit of an interview going on right there, that sort of bit. And he wanted to throw his 2 cents about the show, about me, and my performance. So I'm really just going to take it there, basically. Just roll it on to there. We'll see what Mr. Cheevers had to say.
What was that? What the hell is he doing? He's making way too much noise. This displeases me. Jumping up and down from one foot to the next while standing in place? Could you act more plebeian? You're making me dizzy, you moron. Stop at this instance. What a failure. I hate you. Though I won't likely say it, I'll just sit here scowling and silently judging your performance, waiting for you to trip. I'll probably laugh, or, on second thought, why don't I just passive-aggressively brush against you while you're on the ground? You'll get the picture. Oh, yes, I'll just trot on by and exit to the sound of you sneezing. Oh, best believe I'm aware of your dirty, dirty little secret. I know a lot about you, in fact. I hold all the power. So stop moving this instant. I wish to take a nap. You're shaking the room. I can't even climb on the TV. It's probably the perfect temperature right now, and it's going to waste. I'll likely fall off because of you. Besides, who wants to sleep with your ugly mug staring at them while they're trying to sleep? Just thinking about it makes me sick. You are the worst. I'll be getting my revenge. Oh, just you wait. You won't even see it coming. Now, maybe not today, or tomorrow, or even the next day, but someday you will pay dearly for your insolence. Sleep with one eye open, and you better lock your doors at night, you piece of shit, 'cause I'll be watching you.
It's so strange. He seems like such a friendly little cat, and, okay, I guess we're gonna have to talk about this now. I don't really like cats all that much. They're these passive-aggressive little idiots that, I'm trying to look for a word that wasn't including the cuss word. That was a bit difficult right there. No, they just sit there and they judge you, that sort of thing, and they got those eyes that just stare you down, and it's just like, oh, I'm sorry, this isn't about me, that sort of thing. But, I have to imagine that passive-aggressive people, they are manic individuals inside. Because they're just eating away time after time again. They're like, ugh, I have to complain about something. I have to, get under someone's skin right there. And I would imagine that it took a lot of energy. I imagine that, it takes a lot of time to be able to, act in that sort of passive-aggressive manner. And it drives me crazy, certainly. I can't stand that passive-aggressive nature. It just drives me up the wall, and Mr. Cheevers here. Ugh! And to think I thought he was just coming to say hello in that sort of sense right there. And I know what's really going on in his mind. That really gives me a negative impression on cats. If I didn't have one already, honestly, right there. So much more a dog person, honestly. They're nice, they're friendly. Cats, they're all about, what can you do for me? Dogs are like, I love you. That's all you need to do right there. That's good, that's great. And been allergic to cats, too. It seems like Mr. Cheevers picked up on that as well. And, there's the thing about cats is if you try to ignore them, then they just want to get closer. They're like, hi, you've been ignoring me. Hey, I'm still here. Hey, you've been ignoring me? Here, let me, rub against you and that sort of thing and get the dander everywhere. And they are laughing. I swear to you, you fellow individuals out there listening who are also allergic to cats, they are aware of our condition. They are ganging up against us. It's like they can smell it, I swear. Maybe I'm being paranoid, maybe I'm not. These are facts. These are just the observations that I've made. And that's what makes them facts, right? Empirical data. It's a pretty good way to go, honestly. We'll see what happens with the end and all that sort of thing. We'll get to figure out what was real, what's not, right? It'll be a fun little game, and then we die. Oh, boy, it's getting late in that sort of sense right there. I got some Portugal the Man to be hitting you with, so stay tuned.